I have probably since high school, maybe even earlier, always had an interest, a love for that field. And really, as I went through school and college and law school, I really didn't think much. Just what felt like a natural progression for me. And I still have a great love for the field. My family lived in Cuba for many years. One of my grandfathers had a general store, a gas station, a garage there, and he was really a self-made man. Started with nothing, and really until my family had to flee Cuba, really had built up his businesses and was doing very well. My other grandfather was a jeweler and also did well in that field, and we all lived there till the Castro Revolution, and really within a couple years, um, my large family lived in Cuba all migrated to the United States. Well, I would say yes. We had a lot of business owners, and we had other types of professionals. We had doctors, CPAs, pharmacists. A lot of my family was in engineering, and I was the first went to the law. And after me, though, a lot of my brothers, I had two brothers that also went to law school. I had several of my cousins also became lawyers. So we actually now have a lot of people that are in the legal field, whereas before me, nobody really was. I worked for many years as an assistant public defender, and as a result, I spent a lot of time in the courtroom, and I got a very good feel of how things worked. Uh, there were things that I liked. There were things I did not like, and I had a really good feeling as far as always thinking to myself, if I had the ability to do things differently, what I would do. And at some point, my kids were growing up. I had been a lawyer for a good number of years, and I thought the time was right to try to secure a position on the bench. And I was fortunate enough to win an election and join the bench. I love my job. I get the opportunity to meet a lot of people and do a lot of good. And I get a lot of gratification from being able to uh, to do my job and help people and see that justice is done. My favorite part of being a judge is really dealing with the, the people, the lawyers. I love the intellectual part of the job and having to deal with unique problems and have to work my way through it. And it's just a job that I find intellectually stimulating, and I enjoy the people part of it. I would say that there isn't one fond memory. I have a number of them, and again, it deals with people that were down on their luck or that were in a bad place, and putting them on the path to turning their lives around, and then coming back to me years later and telling me what had become of their life and telling me what in essence was a success story. I always felt good when that happened, and I've had a number of those success stories. Broward County is becoming increasingly Hispanic. When I first became a lawyer working for the public defender's office, there were only two or three of us that were sharing the caseload of all the Hispanics that were represented by the Broward County Public Defender's Office. And the Hispanic population back then was really a small percentage of Broward. But Broward has grown as far as Hispanic population. I'm glad to see in this event that there are 12 of us being honored, and I think as the Hispanic population grows, you'll see more Hispanics on the bench. So I think that's a positive thing. I think that is very important that judges uh, uh, are better able to serve the Hispanic community in that they have a unique understanding of what the problems were that brought many of the Hispanics to this country. They know the cultural differences. I think because of the Hispanic community to people who are non-Hispanic has a different history, different culture, maybe language barriers. There's really a misunderstanding and misapprehension as far as uh, what these people are like, and the fact that these are hardworking people that want an opportunity, much like the immigrants that came to this country years before, and having Hispanics on the bench that understand and have that sensitivity, I think is very important. For any Hispanic law student or lawyer that wants to take a place on the bench, I think just try to network, join organizations, get to know people in the community. I think it'll help you on your path to becoming a judge. I think it also will give you a better understanding of what's involved in the community and how you can serve the community. So I think being active, being involved, and networking is really crucial if you have an aspiration to become a judge.